Welcome to this DVD video about the archives, the good, the bad, and the meh. We are going to take a look at the tomes, worst case scenario, how many games you would need to complete all the tomes, then how many games you would need to complete the Rift fully, get to 70, worst case scenario for the tomes-ish, because, you know, if you don't get a tome, you don't get it, so that's the worst case, but how long it might actually take to realize, well, in worst case to get it, if you get it, and the middle ground, my realistic estimation. Of course, these are all my opinions. Then we'll take a look at the Halloween event, last year's Halloween event, as I recall it, and what I would have liked as what I found good, what I found bad, what I find good about the Rift, and what I find bad about the Rift and the tomes. Also, what I would like for an event, and so on and so forth. Now, without further ado, just quick information. I stream Thursdays, link in the description below. Now, without further ado, let's jump right into it. So, we are going to take a look at the survivor route first. Okay, so the first one is Bring the Light. Oh, first things first. The Rift, you needed 10 Rift fragments, and as I recall, you need 800 experience points, or 800 whatever game experience points, for account experience points, to get one Rift key or Rift fragment, whatever it was. So it's 800 experience points. Oh, wait a second. XP per Rift. Then the Rift Rift fragment. Then Rift fragments needed. Something like that, I guess. Blast me for my spelling. I don't care. Well, I do care, but it's late here. Are 10, and there are Rift levels are 70. So, if my math is correct, total XP needed whatever is actually the multiplication of everything, right? Okay, so then we have XP first game killer each day, something like that. We have XP. I really want it to look good. Sorry. But if you are watching this and you want the detailed thing, so who cares, right? One first game. Dorian. German, English. The big and the small letters. Don't forget. Whatever. First game. Survivor. Each day. Like that. Okay. Then days Rift. As far as I remember, it was like 70 days. I hope it was 70. I think I logged on, it said 69, so that's more or less the first day is the 70th or the 69th day will be the 70th, whatever. So you get a login bonus of 300 per game. That means you get a total of a total bonus of, if you actually log each day and do each side, you get a total of that. So you need let's see, you need let's call it net 1 XP is this minus that. Now, I think I read somewhere, I don't know if it's actually true, but I never got over 600, and I read in a forum blog post that they think that 600 is the maximum. I think I always got around 550-ish, depending on the game. Emblems and stuff, 550, 570, something like that. So I never got over 600, but let's assume 600. So you need 600. You have let's see, best case XP per game, and that would mean you actually get that much every game. So games needed would be let's see, this divided by that. So 863 games. Okay. Now we know that much. Next is we are going to, that's the XP tab. And this will be the Tome tab. The Tome tab. So let's see, what are we going at? We are going at well, first of all, we're going at Tome name. Then we're going for requirements. Then we will take a look at the rift fragments you get from it, that tome. Okay. So then we will also take a look at the games you need to complete it. Games needed. Best case. Let's just say BC. Games needed. No, let's write out best. Best case. Games needed. Worst case. Then games needed. My estimation. Is that how you write it? Let's just write my opinion. And then games I needed, although probably most of them will be my estimation because I don't remember all of them. I just remember the ones that were, it was really bad, you know. So it's games I needed, as I recall, sort of. Okay. So, we are going to take a look at the games needed category, because that also, of course, factors into the whole Rift situation. If you have already played 800 games just to get the tomes, then you're at level 70, right? So, tome name. Let's take a look. The first one is tier 1 is Bring the Light, Repair 2 Generators. Let's see. Can I do it that way? Yes. Bring. Do they write all big? That way, that would make it easy for me. If it's not, yeah, great. I'll just capitalize everything that way. I don't have to look at the letters. You know, big, small. Bring the light. Light. Okay. 2 gens. Rift fragments is 3. And it is repair a total of 2 gens. Okay. So rift fragments is 3. Games needed, best case 1. Games needed, worst case. Well, if you get found by the killer, let's say you have really bad luck, I guess, if you get found by the killer 5 times, let's not say he face camps you the whole time, and you know, not that. Well, let's say I think 5 would be a really bad case. You know, games I need was games needed, in my opinion, is actually 1.5. I'll actually use half games for this one, just because it's not that clear cut. You might be able to do 2 gens. As far as I know, you need the whole repair progress thing. So just finishing one doesn't count. You need the whole. And if you do it with somebody else together, you only get half of it counted and stuff like that. I needed 1, as far as I recall. So, next one is Savior. Unhook 2 survivors must unhook them safely. Savior. Unhook 2 safe. I'll just put safe in Klammern, and in brackets. Okay, whatever. So rift fragments you get from that must, as far as I know, it's a mastery, so it should be 5. Best case is 1. Worst case would be, well, I think you should be able, even if it's a bad case, 3 games at most, you should be able to get 1 unhook and sacrifice yourself. Oh no, you have to have it in 1 game. So yeah, I guess 3 to 4 is realistic. I needed 1, I think. Games in my opinion is 1. Well, let's say also 1.5, I guess. And I needed 1. Yeah, that looks good. So let's take a look. 5, right? So do I have everything right? 5 rift triangles. Yeah. Okay. So next one is patched up. Completely heal fourth stats of any survivor. That means you can also heal yourself. Patched up. Oh, wait a second. Patched up. Savior. Like that. Okay. 2 Was it 2 or 5? 4 health stats. 4 health stats. Any. Heal. Something like that. Any in brackets. It's important to distinguish because, of course, that means healthcare and healing yourself with a medkit counts. State. Health state. Like that, I guess. Okay, so that's 3 games needed best case. You can get that in 1 game, definitely. Worst case. I would assume around 1 per game plus a little bit around maybe 2. It can be hard to heal sometimes. So let's say 7. Okay, so games needed. This one's a bit more tricky than 2 gens, I think. 2.5 is a good number, and I think I needed 2 games for that one, actually. Okay, so we'll see if it adds up later. Because I had no, it doesn't matter. Okay, so next one. Unhook 5 survivors must unhook some safely. Liberator. Liberator. There we go. A liberator. Unhook. Or wait a second. We will add one thing. Mastery. No. Yes. No. That way we have the mastery thing covered. And as far as I recall, it's 3. Unhook 4 safe. I think you can get that 1 in 1. Yes, you can. 4 hooks should not be a problem. Worst case. I guess you can get 1 in each game about if you're a bit lucky. So let's say worst case would be about 5. You need, in my opinion, around 2.5 for this one, and 2, I guess, maybe. Oh, 2.5 can, no, 2.5, 2. Let's go with 1 lower because we're always going a bit up in my felt estimation. I think I needed 2 games for this one, actually. So next one. Liberator we have. So the next one is Skilled Operator. Skilled Operator. Oh, I wrote that right. I won't go checking the spelling every time, I guess. It was 20 skill checks. Skill checks. Something like that. Okay, so it's not a mastery. You get 3 fragments as far as I can tell. I have to check the fragments of the other 2 just to be safe. You need 1 game in best case because you can definitely get enough skill checks with healing and stuff like that. And you could probably even force if you're good at running away and stuff like that. Worst case, let's see, I guess around 4 skill checks per game, 5 or if you're rotten luck with skill checks and stuff like that, or not being able to do any because you're being chased and stuff like that, 4 per game, that would make it 5, I guess, maybe 6 because we're going from worst case. Realistically speaking, it's 1.5 as far as I can remember. I did it in 1 actually. No, I think I had 16 in 1, so I needed 2. Something like that. So, skilled operator, 20 checks, 3, 3, 3. Yep, I remembered right. This is not happening. So, this is not happening. Mastery. I wanted to tap out. This is not happening. I think that was 3 great skill checks using the perk. I'll just abbreviate the perk with this is not happening. Oh no, we won't abbreviate it. Well, no, that's not what I wanted. This is not happening. But we will capitalize it because name and stuff like that, you know. So like that. So now wait a second. Let's format this a bit to a different text way. Textausrichtung. So like that. And these will be middle top. Oh, left top. Yes. Left top. Left top. There we go. Okay, so this is a mastery. Yes. It gives you 5 rifts. Yes. Best case 1. Worst case. Well, if you're really bad with skill checks and you don't have stake out, then this might actually be a tough one. I guess it could go around 5, maybe even. I think 1 is realistic in my opinion, and I needed 1. I used detectives stakeout. That way, I got 3 tokens, 3 skill checks. They counted as great skill checks. Worked. So, in case you're wondering if that would have worked, yes, it would have worked. So. This is happening. Oh, that's what the name was. Okay. This is happening. Okay, good. Next perk. Next tome. Let's see. Liberator. So, Claudette's Determination. Nope. Claudette Determination. Now I'm gonna look after all criminy. Yeah. Let's just do this one the same way, just because, you know, determination. Did I write it right? I don't know. 20 determination. Claudette. So I think I only just spelled that wrong. If not, you can write it in the comments, I guess. I want this one also to be more top, you know, sorry that. Escape 1 time, 1 trial with Claudette. I think that ought to be enough. I mean, there are not that many Claudette. Do we really need to write the last name? Morel. Okay, I'll write it. Claudette Morel. Just because, I already looked it up, so who knows? Who cares? Oh, top. Oh, top. Yes. 5, 1 game. Worst case scenario. I guess 5 should be somewhere around. Well, it can be really rotten sometimes. 6. My opinion is, well, I guess 3 is my opinion, and I think I actually needed 2, maybe. I don't remember that one. No, I think I needed 5. 4? Let's go with 4. Double it just because, So, let's see. 1, wait a second. This is gonna be, just for looking at it and stuff like that. We're gonna give it a nice border. Sorry, that, I guess. And maybe 2 for visualization. So like this, I guess. So let's see. We have 1. We have 7 at the moment. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so let's go on with the survivors first. The last place you look, 5 chests. The last place you look. Oh, sorry. Wait a second. Search 5 chests. No. That means 3. 1 is possible if you have an offering for extra chests. There are 5 on the map. If you have a friend, bring 1 or 2 along, so like that might be possible. It definitely is, in my opinion. Worst case, yeah, I guess 6. If you have 1 game where you don't search any and you only search 1 per game, more or less. Maybe 7, something like that. You need, in my opinion, I think 3 if you really are focused on, looking for them, but it doesn't go perfectly. You get 2 in 2 games and then 1 in the last one, something like that. And I think I needed 2. Okay. Next one. Cleanse 8 totems. Now we get into the fun ones. You see, these all were ones that you could have done in 1 game, but this one is not possible. Just because you don't have... Oh, wait a second. What was it called? No. There you go. Just because... let's cleanse 5. Craft times over. Okay. Craft times over. Craft times over. Cleanse 5 totems. It's not a come on. Not a mastery. It gives you 3, and best case is 2 games. Worst case, let's say you can cleanse 1 per game. That would make it 8. I think 10 would be a little bit logical. Let's say you do 2 per game, which is, I guess, if you focus on it, possible. Would be 4 games. Let's say some don't go so good. You only get 1 per game, while others go good and you get 3. So I guess 4 games is a pretty good estimation. I think I got it in 3. Yep. Okay, so let's see. Dun 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 dun. Wait a second. Später. Empathetic. Empathetic. You what was it? Empathic. Empathetic, not empathetic, empathic. Empathy. Completely healed 2 health states of any survivors. Health state of survivors using empathy, and that's any, which always makes it easier. So just to make it I guess I can go down for a while already, just to for visual thingamajigs, for visual thingamajigs. And I think I will just set up everything to be top. Maybe I don't know. Maybe I'll do these all middle, something like that. That looks better, right? Now that you can answer now. So, best case 1. Worst case, I think 3 ought to be actually kind of worst case in that case. Because you can use self-care. Games needed, in my opinion, is actually 1. Well, let's say 1.5 in average. I need 1 as far as I remember. So now I look at the word completely. Completely. I'm so paranoid with my writing. And I will have enough errors in it anyway, so who cares? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Plundering King. Search 3 chests using Plunderer's Instinct. Plunder King. And we have 11F with this one. Plunder King. Not kin. King. Using Plunderer's Instinct. Search 3 chests. So, yes, this is a mastery. And I could set this up so that it, automatically does it when I do a yes, 5 fragments. But now I won't do it, just because I'd have to look it up. Let's see. I think worst case would be around 3 games. If you, maybe even 4, if you have a lot of people doing the, search chest or Plunderer's King thing, and you only have 3 Probably with an offering it would be a bit better. I think realistically it's actually around 2 games you'd probably succeed in doing it if you have the chest map offerings. You have a tier 3 Plunderer's Instinct, you can, get them right away. I think I need 1 for this one. I actually like the Mastery more most times because they're easier to get. So with that, we have that one finished. We will save up the general ones for later. So Mastery, gruesome. Let's just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11? Oh. 11, yes. So that one was, I think it was gruesome. Something like that. Gruesome. An E. And it was, I think it was, survivors 8 times. Right? Hook 8 survivors. Hook 8 survivors. Let's just put it that way. I mean, it's, things. It's things. Remember that now. Not a mastery. I wanna begin. 3. Games needed in worst, best case 1. Games needed in worst case is let's see. Worst case. Oh, I'm sorry. I was sort of I think it's 4 would probably be kind of, well, if you have a pretty bad game, I guess. Yeah, 4, 5. I mean, theoretically, if you only get 1 hook per game, it would be 8 games, but so I think realistic is 2, and I needed 1. No, realistic is 1.5, and I needed 1. So that reminds me, I wanted to take a look at hardest. Maybe yes, I don't know. Let's see. That wasn't hard. Unhooked 2 safe wasn't hard. Patched up wasn't hard. Liberator wasn't hard. Escaping the myth with Clouded wasn't hard. And look at chest. No, I think the first one didn't have any hard ones in it. So gruesome. Then the next one is Scrapyard. Damages 6 generators. A scrap yard. Damage 6 gens. Not a mastery. It gives you 3. Best case 1. Worst case is actually 1. I actually believe that one is one that you can do if you're just focused on it without needing more than 1. You can go around, damage a generator. Most times survivors will run away, and then just look for 2 or 3 gens that are being done, pretend you didn't see them, and all that stuff, and should be 1 and 1. Yes, I needed 1, definitely. One of the easiest in all. Tome. This. What are you saying? Weird. I know. Stop talking with yourself. Mechanical Obsession. Damage the same gen 2 times. Oh. Nickel Obsession. Damage. Oh, yes, damage. automatically filling up or what? The same gen 2 times. And that actually is a mastery. Yes. Yeah, not yeah, yes. Oh, maybe I should. Why? Why does he put a Y J there? It's a yes is a Y. So why a J? Well, I don't know. Well, German is the answer. 5. One game. Mechanical obsession can actually be done in the same game. So what since it's worst case, let's say one. It could be actually. Actually, I think that one is still one game. I don't think that is so hard that you would actually need a second game for that one. Games need, in my opinion, 1. Games I need 1. So okay. The same in the brutal breaker. Damage a generator or destroy a pallet, drop pallet 5 times using the perk brutal strength. Wait, what was it called? Brutal breaker. Wait a second. Brutal breaker, like that. Yes, like that. Okay, brutal breaker. Using brutal strength like that. Strength. Yeah. Damage or break damage 5 gens or and slash or break 5 pallets. Pal 12's 1E. Pal 12's 1E. Like that, I guess, maybe. Destroy, drop, pallet, blah, 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 blah. Okay. So, yes, a mastery 5 points, 1 game 1. I think this one might actually take 2. If it's really unlucky and stuff like that, I guess that would. Oh my! One you needed and one I needed, because theoretically you can just go back to the same gen or run around doing. It's one game. It's one game. It's one game. Sorry, but it's one. I can't. Not in clear conscious. So, Hungry Jaws. Hungry Jaws. And it's catch a survivor in bear traps 2 times with, of course with the trap, but okay. Catch a survivor 2 times in with bear traps. Sorry, that, I guess. Why did I put a point there and didn't put anywhere else, right? Now I'm starting to do punctuation. No, I'm not. Yes, 5, 1. This one might actually take 2 games, I guess. It's a bit harder because survivors might avoid it, even if you use what I use, then try communicate with the survivors that they just walk in and then you let them escape. Games needed, in my opinion, is still 1 though. Oh, wait a second. And I needed 1. Yeah, so anything that you can actually gain the cooperation of the survivors to help you can be easy if they understand you. No, wait a second. Oh, no, that one was okay. Yes. 1. So next one is Dark Triumph. Sacrifice 1 survivor to the entity during the endgame collapse. So that one's a bit harder. What was it called? Dark Triumph. Dark Triumph. Yep. Sacrifice 1 survivor during end game collapse. Sorry, that end game 2 L's lapis, and they actually capitalized. Okay, let's do the same. I actually wrote it together. Okay, nice. 2 L's, right? Collapis. Yes, very well. Okay, so yes. Not 1. Could have done that too, though. Yes. 5. 1. That one's definitely harder. Let's say 5. Because you actually have to let them get to a point where they have 5 gens done. Then you have to have somebody on hook. It has to be their last hook, or at least you have to be able to defend well enough, like face camping or something like that, which is not nice, but end game and survivors can be pretty mean, very mean, extremely mean, toxic. So yeah, I think the games needed are actually around 3. And I needed 1, but just because I got lucky. So I think maybe 6 might even be a bit more accurate. So let's see. So we have Dark Triumph. Then we have Sacrifice 5 to the Reverent. What's something like that? Reverent. Sacrifice 5 survivors. Not a mastery. 3, therefore, a game's needed. You have 4 survivors, so you need at least 2 games. Worst case, you need 5 would be 1 per game, but it could happen that you don't sacrifice any game. So let's say 7. Games needed, in my opinion, are 2. No, actually, it's 2.5. 2.5, and I needed, I think, 3. So 5. None shall survive. Kill all survivors in a single trial 1 time by any means. The more possible. Okay, none shall survive. None shall survive right? Survive. Yes. Sorry. Kill all survivor. And we will put in any just because that's I'm a bit lazy and I have a lot of work for me and ahead of me, you know, recording and then editing, and I want to make a short and long version which you will have already heard. So probably. So let's see. That's a mastery, so it's 5 games needed. Best case 1, worst case. Oh, I think 5, 6 times maybe. Well, if it's really bad, let's say you have unlimited Moris, then 6, because you have 5 games where somebody DCs or kills himself on a hook or something like that. And 6 if it's with hooking, because you don't have enough Moris. I guess maybe 8 would be a total if it runs really bad. Maybe, I guess. Games need, in my opinion, to do this. I think 2 is a valid, you know, because maybe 3 is good. 3 is good, yes. And I needed 3, maybe. I think 3. Not sure. No, I think I actually got it on the first try. Let's just say 2. That's a middle ground. That one is not really hard. It's just if somebody DCs or kills himself. Well, kills himself on hook is still killing himself DCing. So let's say we put that down to a 6. Because, or a 5. 5 is a good. And yeah, if you take a Mori, which is one of the best ways to do it, you will have DCs and they don't count. So yeah, 3 is still a valid opinion. That's an opinion, a valid opinion. Let's say 2.5. So then we have let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh wait, we have bloody rewards are missing. Bloody rewards. Bloody rewards. 50,000 blood points earned. Okay, 50,000 blood points. Yes. It's not a mastery. I don't even know if there ever was a general one where, you know, it gives you 3. Okay. Okay, so 50,000 blood points. You need at least 2. That's considering you get the maximum amount of blood points. So, worst case, let's say you get only around, what's a realistic number? 10,000. Then that would be 5 games. Let's say 6. And realistically speaking, you will probably get around 2,000 per game. 20,000 per game, I mean. Let's say 7, because you could get a couple where you only have like 8,000 or 6,000. Realistically speaking, 20,000 around an average, which is 3 games. Let's say 3.5. And I needed, actually, I think around 3 games. So, amateur ornithologist. Amateur ornithologist. 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 Like that? Maybe. Ornithologist. Okay. I wonder if there's somebody going to be in the comments like, okay, I calculated how many times he had to correct himself. Probably not, but you never know. 20, just 25, 20, I will almost disturb 25 crows. Let's do it that way. Disturb 25 rows. Yes, I just checked to see if it was written big or small. No, it's not mastering. 1 game. Well, I guess that's 1 game. If you really just focus on it and you play killer, you can just go around. Since it's one of those killer or survivor, you can just go around and disturb crows, and there are a shit ton of them. So that ought to be possible. 1. So 21 tomes. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Very well. And you get 10 if you complete it. So, I guess I'll just, mark this with 1 color maybe. So we have the first one is, let's say, light. Let's go with this shade of green. And Rift Bow Tome bonus. Tome bonus. Just so I don't forget. Hopefully I don't forget that way. 10. That's okay. Well, I guess I could go if it actually automatically fills in the color. Sorry that. So, next tome. We're on level 2. At least level 4 will go fast. I think this might actually be less, but we'll see. Okay, so, now let's just go with survivors first again. Self-care service. Self-care service. 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 Let's see. Heal yourself a total of 2 health cells while using self-care. Nine. Oh. Heal yourself a total of 2 health states using self-care. And it is a mastery, and that means it gives you 5 points, and that is in 1 game it's possible, and that is, well, it's a mastery, so it's always 1 game possible. So, but just to make sure. Just making sure, because masteries are always 1 best case. So, I think 3, 4 is a worst case. I think realistically speaking, 2 would be possible, because you need to be more or less. Well, if you escape and you actually self-care before anybody else heals you, would work, I guess. I think I needed 1. Okay, so next one. Bleh. By any means necessary. Of course I have to do it today. Why do I not have to? Any means necessary. Necessary. Like that? Don't scare me like that. Two S and one R. So I was right. Not right in like I did it right, but right in like second guessing myself and thinking that it was the other way around. Necessary. Yes. Well, now to look at what I actually drop 15 pallets while being chased by the killer. Drop 15 pallets while being chased. I don't know if I should write, but just to be sure, by the killer. I mean, it should be obvious by the killer, but you know, drop 15 pallets. They're right. Pallets, yes, while being chased by. I assume the rest is right. 5, 3, 1. That might be a bit more difficult. I mean, you have to have a killer of. Wait a second, how many pallets are on the map at just out of curiosity? I mean, nowadays it would be possible, but only if they don't break it. Is there any number of how many there are on the map? Is there any number? Pallets per map. UED pallets per. I guess this map. Is there anything? Hello. Hello, please. I just want a rough estimation. Minimum pallet number on every map I played has been 11 to 13. So let's assume that's accurate. So we'll make it actually 2 games, and then we will make it around 6. No, that's high. 5, I guess. Okay, 5. Best case, no, realistic case would be 3. And I think I needed actually 2 games, no 3 games for this one. Okay. Man, that took a while. Luckily, there is a button. Not forget it. So, fight back. Drop a pallet to stun a killer 2 times. Fight back. Stun killer. A killer. Killer 2 times. Stun the killer. The killer 2 times. Using pallets. It is a mastery, yes, and that means 5, and that means 1, and that means, well, if he's good, depending upon the killer you got, depending on, well, rank, let's leave rank out of this. He doesn't want to be bothered. Or she. I guess 4? 4, 4, 4, 4, 4. Yeah, 4 is okay. Realistically, I say you might need 1.5. I think 1 ought to be possible. I did it in 1 as far as I know. I mean, you risk getting hit. It's no problem. You get on the hook. You either get healed up or don't get healed up. You go to a pallet, and when he gets close, you can pounce stun him again, and just take the hook. You just need to do it 2 times. So, finish repairing 3 gens using the perk Dark Sense. Okay. Now let's go with, I don't know. Let's go with, yeah, okay. Dark Senses. Dark, not Triumph. Senses. Missing. Using the perk. Did I ever write the perk? I don't know. Using Dark Sense Repair. Is it states? Finish repairing. Okay. Oh, that's easier. Finish repairing 3 gens. Oh. Finish repairing using Dark Sense. Finish repairing. Repairing. Yep, okay, whatever. Yes. 5, 1. I guess that one might actually take 3, 4 games, maybe 5, I guess. You ought to get that one done in around 2.5 game, not 5.85, 2.5, and I think I needed 2 for this one. Just because you have to actually, get to a gen, so 2 wouldn't be a problem, but 3 is, can be iffy. Liberator. Unhook 15 survive. Okay. Now we are getting there. Liberator. Liberator. Okay. But we color coded it, so we know it's a different one. That's just out of curiosity. For unhook safe. Unhook 15. Survivor is safe. Well, I guess safe is always that way, but okay. 15. Survivors. Survivors. Safe. Okay. No. 3 and okay, let's see, 4. That means you need at least 4 games. No. Wait a second. Unhook. You can do 2 per survivor. And let's say you are the last person, the only person who doesn't get hooked, or you are the only person who does the unhooking and everybody gets unhooked the maximum amount of times. I don't think self-unhooks count. Kobeing, so let's say 2, 4, 6. That's 1 game. Then 2 games, 3 games. Worst case, you can unhook 1 per game. I would say that's the worst case. Out of whatever reason, somebody doesn't get caught. Sometimes you don't unhook, sometimes you unhook 2 times. So 15 games actually might be logical. Realistically speaking, you will get around, I guess 2 to 3 unhooks per game. 2.5, which is 7 games. I think I needed around 4 or so. Maybe 5. No, 4. 4 is as far as I know. I didn't have it that bad. I was able to go and unhook all the time, or I always went unhooking. No, maybe it was actually 4. No, 4 is okay. 4 would be 5. 5 is better. Man, that one was hard. Yeah, 4 is also pretty close to the optimum, and I didn't think I had that one anywhere near optimum range. Hey, okay, so let's see, botanist extraordinaire. Let's see, botanist, extraordinaire, or extraordinaire. That one had a lot of extraordinaire. Okay. So let's see what we have here. Finish healing 2 health. Oh, finish. Okay. Finish 2 health states of other survivors using botany knowledge and a medkit. Using botany knowledge and a med kit, I guess. Med kit. Okay. Med kit. No, not jit. Kit. If anybody actually does count all the mistakes I made, please let that count as 1. Finish. Using botany knowledge and a med kit. Finish. Healing to survivor. How do they write it? Health states. Finish healing to health states. Finish healing to health status of survivors. And this time it's other, so it is trickier. And that is a history, so it gives you 5, and that is 1, and that would be 3, maybe 4, I guess. 5. No, 4 is okay. 4. Nah, you had rotten luck 5. So and I think realistically you ought to get that one done in 2.5 if you have a bit of bad luck. I think I needed 1 by that one because I used empathy with it. Something like that. So, yeah, okay. So the next one is Appeal to Heal. Deplete 6 medkits. Appeal to Heal. Deplete 6 med kits. Deplete. Okay. And I did the appeal right too. I'm happy. Okay, so that's a no. Okay, 3, and let's see. You can take one with you. If you take a green one with you, and you have a Survive with Friends group, then I'll take the green one with as much healing as the I think it's the same healing amount as a gray one, also 16. I'm pretty sure it is. Then you could do 4 in one game. 16 charges, yes. I'm so happy when I remember these kinds of things. And I still don't believe myself when I say I do. Okay. So that would be 4. And let's say you find 2 more, so it would actually be possible to do it in one game. Let's see. Realistically speaking, I guess 8 games. No, not realistic. Worst case. Realistically speaking, I would say, well, 6 games minus 2 because you had luck with searching. So 4 games. And I think I actually needed 4. Because you can also heal yourself. That also works that way. So yeah. Okay. Oh, I think I actually need 3. Was I self-healed? Does it say? No, it doesn't say anything about the survivors because it's just depletion. Heal a total of 10 health sites of other survivors. Generosity. 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 No. Generous. I guess my twisted mind let me read something that I would like to see. Generosity. Heal 10 health states of other survivors. Heal 10 health states of survivors other. Not like you can heal killers, right? But, well, whatever. No, and let's see. Well, it can be done in 1, definitely. Realistically speaking, I guess somewhere around the, or tough if you have bad luck. 15. Why? Because there might be games where you can't heal anybody, and realistically speaking, I guess 2 to around 2 per game. That would be 5 games. And I think I actually needed I needed 3 or so with that one, or 4. 4, I think, maybe. I'm not sure. Bright. Bring the light. Bring. Oh, we already have that one again. Also, okay. When do we have that one? Bring the light. Oh. Okay. Which one, how many is it this time? So they went from 2 to up to 15. Nice. Okay. Yeah. Ease in. Ease in it was. If you look at that. Fascinating. Repair. 15 gens. Now with these repair, I think it always is a full, a full repaired state, but I'm not sure if it's finishing. Just, I think it's like with the daily where it says repair so many, gens. So, no, it is not a mastery, and that means that's 3, and the best case scenario is actually 3 games if you do all the gens yourself, which is very unlikely, but who knows? Well, actually, it could be less now that I think about it. Theoretically, there's always around, depending upon the maps, if you have, I think, 3 generators that need to be that are left. I think some maps have 3 instead of 2, where and you can do all of the ones to 99%, and he did some kicks, and the kick status decrease doesn't count in, which let's ignore that. Let's just say you can do 2 more almost fully, and then do the third one a bit, or something like that. Nobody does it. That would be 5, 6, 7, 2 times would be, well, it would still be three games. So let's go with 3 games, which is still highly unlikely. So worst case, oh boy, 20. If you have a lot of games where you only get half done or none done because you are the one being chased, focused, and so on and so forth, tough luck. 20. Realistically speaking, you ought to be around 2 per game, with the occasional 3-1 in one game and the occasional 1 or 0-1 in other games. So let's say 2 per game, which is 7.5 games around. And I think I actually needed around 7. Let's say 8. Because I'm always, or often, estimating what I actually need positively or whatever. Blood debt. That sounds like a killer one, but okay. Blood debt. Unhook a survivor who unhooked you earlier in the trial one time. No. Unhook a survivor. Who previously unhooked you in the same trial. Would have been funny if they would have just did any trial and you just found the same game with some guy, not a survival friend, but just the same. And whatever. Who unhooked you? You earlier. Like that? Earlier. Yes. Unhook a survivor who unhooked you earlier in the, let's take whether previously, that's a little bit like German they would say doppelt gemoppelt. Double blub. Anyway, Unhook a survivor who unhooked you earlier in the same trial. Yes. It is a mystery. Mystery. Yes, mystery. I think if you're unlucky and you don't have a Survive the Friends group to do this with, it would be around, 5. 5. You pretty much have to be the one who gets hooked first. Then you have to have somebody unhook you. Then that person has to get hooked, and then you have to be able to make the unhook. And it has to be, I think, safe. Yeah, safe. So, 5. Let's say 5, 6. 6, 5. 5 is possible. 6, I think 6. 6. I'm drawn towards the 6 with this one. Let's see. So yeah, and this is just one of those ones where it's pretty. On this one is actually hard. Yes. No, I don't think it was that hard. Speaking of which, I have to look at the ones here again. Self-care, heal of 2 health states using self-care, drop 15. Dark Sense, 3 gens, unhook. I don't think there are any here yet that I had problems with. Anyway, realistically speaking, I guess that would be around 3 games, and I think I needed 3 games, although even though I wasn't a Survive the Friends group, because the hooking and so on was just off. Let's see. 2 stuns as possible. I wouldn't count that one as hard. 2 health states. Unhooking is something that you do more or less deplete 10 of other unhook one that unhooked you is actually not that hard either. So I guess yeah, that fits. It fits. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10. 10. Wonderful. Okay, so killer. Oh no, there's one more. Enlightened. So this was one that was for me more or less a gruesome task because I don't like flashlights. Not as a killer, and I am a killer main, and I don't like them as a tool for survivors. I know other people love them. Lighten. N. Light. And. End. Okay. N. End. Light. And. Tend. Enlightened. Yeah, so I just don't blind the killer 2 times. Blind the killer. They even write in flashlight? No, they don't. Would have been fun though. Just, for blind the killer 2 times. Let me just. Okay. So that would be number 11. Let's go with killer. Oh, look at that. Killer has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And survivor 11. I don't even notice if 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of 21. Okay. So yeah, Hook 2 survivors in the basement using agitation. Okay. Wait a second. That's mastery, yes. And that's 5, and that's 1, and that is, well, if you're unlucky, I guess 5 times because you are bad at flashlight blinding. No, I guess 4 should still be possible with pallet, you know, dropping a pallet in a place where he has to break it and stuff like that. Should 4 be impossible? And realistically speaking, I think 1.5, and I think I needed a 1 actually, because I was really lucky. And I'm really bad with flashlights. Oh, I needed 2. First game didn't work out or something like that. Whatever. Okay, so, agitated advantage. Agitated advantage. Agitated advantage. Using agitation. Hook 2 survivors in the basement. Well, yeah. Hook 2 survivors in the basement. Now this is actually one of those that can be easy, can be a bit harder, depending on the basement, but that's actually not something that I'm gonna, well, count into the difficulty scoring for worst case, because you can actually pick a map, and some maps just aren't per default easier. Also, Iron Grasp and so forth count in, but still, I think 3 might be realistic, and 1.5, no, actually 1 is, and I also had only 1. No, you need to actually down, well, 1.5, I guess, yeah. Okay, so, next one. Got you. Interrupt, grab 1 survivor. Got you. Interrupt, grab 1 survivor. And yes, it is a mastery, and that's 5, and that's 1, and that might be somewhere around 8, because even if you have a killer that like Myers with monitor and abuse and stuff like that, it still can be hard. Realistically, you ought to need around 3 games, and I needed, I think, 1. No, I think I actually used 2 because I tried to communicate that I didn't want to do anything bad, and the first game there was just one that kept on running away, and I got so agitated for that yeah, something like that. Okay, let's see. Interrupt. Oh, the grab is wrong. Interrupt, grab. Okay, so now we're at Reverent. Oh, we had that one already. Okay. Sacrifice 13 survivors. Okay. Sacrifice 13 survivors. Just out of curiosity, where's the pre-reserverant? Sacrifice 5 survivors. Well, at least the jump isn't as much as with what? Bring the light? Yep. No, and that's 3. And okay, let's see. We have 4Ks each game. 4, 8, 12. Now it's 4 games. Definitely. Worst case. I guess 14 games, maybe. No, let's say 15 games because some games people that got away. 16 games because some games people got away and others you just got one hook. Something like that. Realistically speaking, you get around 2 sacrifices, give or take, depending on rank per game. That means 6 games is 12. 6.5. And I think I got it in 4. I think, no, 5 actually. I think I got 3 kills. I got a 4 kill or something, and then a 2 kill, and one. I need one more sacrifice or something like that. Okay. Manifest distress. Manifest distress. Distress. Stress? Manifest distress. Using distressing chase survivor for 90 seconds. Using distressing chase a survivor for 90 seconds. Yes. 5, 1. That ought to be doable in 1 because you just have to chase. Then that's a 1 and a 1 and a 1, 2, 3. Distressing. No, I don't. What I know that the E is an I. Distressing. Okay, that's good. So, let's see. Catch a survivor in a bear trap 4 times. Oh, wait a second. Hungry Jaws. Oh, they just did the same. Okay. Catch. We just need to change this to 4. Yes. 5, 1. Well, that might be a bit more. Let's see if where did I have it to? I guess it's not exponentially, it's actually a bit more, so let's say 5. At average you would probably need around 2.5 games maybe. I think I needed 2 games, but I also used the let's say 3.5. I used the, communicating with survivors by not hooking them and taking them to gens and then just showing them, walk into the trap, please. And then letting them go. It worked. So, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You're not serious, right? Still can't believe it. Okay, let's see. Okay, looks like I got him. So, then we have Golden Age. Golden Age. Uh, get 20 uh, 20 emblems of gold or gold. How do they write it? Gold or bit quality or better. Gold quality or better. Also, emblems not capitalized. Okay, so I hope I'm recording all this. Okay, good. That is not a mastery. It's one of those general ones you will need 4 emblems, 5 games at least, and that's only if they all work good. I guess if you gold, it will be around 1 to 2 per game, so 1.5. 10 games would be 15, then another another 2 would be 18. So let's say 15 games. Because rotten luck. And at average, you probably get around 2.5. So 10 games, like 9 games. I think I got around 3 to 4. 4 or 5. I think I needed 6 games for this one. I had like 1 short or something like that. Whoopsie. Noopsie. Noopsie doopsie. Okay, so and then we have bloody rewards, and that's 200,000. Bloody let's just copy paste and substitute the 5 for a 20. So it's not a mastery. Oops, sorry. Not a mastery. It gives you 3. And you get 30,000 per game. So let's do a quick calculation here because I don't want to use my brain at the moment. 200,000 divided by 30,000. 7. Okay, 7 just to be sure times 30,000. Yeah. Okay, 7 games. Since again, bonus blood point offerings and stuff like that, as far as I remember, didn't work. Although there were the offerings that gave you additional blood points for generators, the event offerings, but I'm not sure if they were helped in the total stat or if they were just added additionally. Something like that. Okay, so you get around, let's see, we can probably take the 50,000 just multiplied by 4 in the other cases, or would be 27. 21. I mean, 4 times 7 would be 21. 27, right. So, and the estimated one would probably be the same. Bloody rewards. 4 times 12, 14. 14. And I think I needed around 10. I think I need 12. Well, whatever. So let's see if that's 18. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, no, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Okay, so we got 18. Then we have our tome bonus, and this one will be one darker. So okay, we're at tome 3. Now this one looks a bit more killer based on first impression, so it seems to be more even out, I guess. Well, whatever. Liberator. We had a Liberator before, right? 4 safe on hooks. And here somewhere. 15 safe on hooks. Lol. Oh, is that one of the ones that they changed into easier, I guess? I'm not sure. Oh, whatever. So, 10... where do we have the other one? There we have it. Let's just take this one. Add it here. Add a smidgen of a 0 and take away a smidgen of a... you know, and 5, 3... that's one that can be done in one game, I think. Wait a second. 2, 4, 6. No, it can't be done in one game. 2. Two, 4, 6, yeah, 2. If you're worst case, I guess 11, 12, maybe. Let's do 10 because we did the other one the same way. And well, realistically speaking, probably around 2 per game, which would be 5 games. And I think I needed 4 in this case. Okay, so then we have the next mastery, last minute hero, 2 unhooks. Okay, that one's one that they changed. I'm pretty sure about that one. Okay, last minute hero, 1 unhook, endgame collapse. Wasn't there one already like that? Whatever. Unhook, 1 survivor during the end game collapse. Save. And that is a mastery. Yes, it is. 5, and that's 1. No, I'm pretty sure there was one. not. Okay, whatever. I think that will take around 5 if you have bad luck. Estimated probably around 2.5, I guess. 2.5. Oh, actually 3.5, and this was somewhere around 7 or 8 even. And I think I needed 3 games for this one. Just because you really, the whole framework only gets set if there are enough survivors, if somebody gets downed and hooked, and then you have a chance maybe to unhook them. If that's not their last hook. So it is a very situational one. So, hope is all. Escape one trial through the exit gates using the perk hope. I only yes. Something like that. Hope is all. So, hope is all we have. Hope is all we have. Oh. Okay. What was it? Escape through the exit gates using hope. Escape through the exit gates using the perk hope. That is a mastery. That gives you 5, 1, and well, it's not that hard as the other one, but it is still hard. I guess you will need probably around 3 tries to make it, realistically speaking, you know, surviving and stuff like that. And I think I needed 4 tries. Something like that. So next is blindsided. Blind the killer 4 times. Blindsided. Yes. Not a mastery, and it gives you 3. 1 game. Probably around 2, 1.5, and I think I did it in 2 games because flashlights. So, decisive light. Decisive light. What? Light. Lion killer while they are carrying a survivor 1 time. Blind the killer 1 time while he is while they are carrying a survivor. It is a mastery. It gives you 5 points. So that's 1 game. That's probably around 4 to 5, depending upon the situation. Let's go with 5, and I guess around 2.5 games. I think I needed 1 because I was really lucky in my personal status book of luck, I guess. Locked and loaded, fully locked and found. Complete 3 keys. Locked and found. Locked and found. Delete. Three keys. Not a mastery. It gives you 3 points. No, not 31, 3, and that's possible in 1 if you survive with friends or chests and stuff. Worst case 3. Realistically speaking, 3. If you have a broken key, I needed 3. Locked and found. I'm tired, I guess. Escape artist. Escape 5 trials. Whoop. Escape artist. Escape 5 trials. It's not a mastery. It gives you 3. Well, best case 5. Worst case, let's say you only escape every 3rd time on average. Every 4th time. For 20 games, realistically speaking, you will escape, depending upon the situations, I guess every 2.5 times. 3 times, 2.5, so that would be 10 games. 3, 4, 12. I think a 13 isn't. 13 is 12. And we are, I think I need around 10 in this case. Okay, so escape artist. Chilling escape. All right, that is one of the ones. Boy, that was. Okay. Chilling escape. Using spine chill. Using spine chill escape 1 trial without being hooked. Yes, and it gives you 5, and in theoretically 1. I think it would take around. Well, I guess 20 games is actually kind of. This is one of the hardest ones of all. At average, probably 10, and I needed, I think, 10, and I was only got it. I only had and that one is yes, definitely hard, and I only got it because the killer was trying to farm, didn't see me. The 2 people DC'd and something like that, and I would have gotten it actually earlier. I don't know if I'll add the footage or not, but there was a situation where the key didn't open the lock, and then the killer hooked me. Yep. I would have been the last person to escape. I had a purple key. I found the hatch. The person was still dying, already, was not dead yet, but stuff like that. And I was escaping. I was injured. So, and instead of opening the lock, I self-cared for whatever reason. Maybe somebody can explain that to me. Okay. Life giver. Heal a total of 10 stats to any survivor. Life giver. Life giver. Heal a total of 10 health states. Any. Lol. Heal for health states. Okay. Completely heal 3 health states of any survivor. Oh, wait a second. No. 3, 1. 10, because you can self-care. Realistically, I guess 4. And I think I needed 4 or something like that. Let's say 5. 4.5? 4.5? I don't know. So, all better. All better. Heal 3 health states of any survivor. Heal 3 health states of any survivor of 3 heal states, and we'll just put an any behind it. And this is a mastery, so it has to be done 1 trial. And I think 3 is realistic, and I think 2.2 is actually realistic. Because self-care and, healing somebody else who got unhooked and healing yourself possibly 2 times. I think I need 2 games for this one. Okay, so let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, and then killer. Property damage. Damage generated. Okay, whatever. Property damage. Damage generator. Don't we have something like that with whatever. Not worth copying, I guess. Damage a gen or and slash or destroy pallets 30 times. Not a mastery. That gives you 3. And that can be done in 1 game because damaging gens. Worst case, let's see, you get, I guess, around, let's say 4, 7, or I guess around 8. Let's say 6. Oh, 8. That would be 16, 24, so 4, let's say 5 games. And realistically, you will probably need around 3. 2 to 3, 2.5. I think I did it in 3. because you can just, you know, either run around, get them to drop all the pallets and just destroy them, or do the, well, other thing. Buried underground. Buried underground. Hook. Hook. 5 survivors in the basement. Not a mastery gives you 3. In 1, it's possible. 6 around, and realistically 2.5. And I think I needed 2 games for that one, or maybe even 1. Okay, so yes, you. Yes, you. Try that. Yes, you, without the exclamation point. Hook the obsession 2 times. Yes, that means 1 game. Well, if you can get her hooked and stuff like that, but then, you know, dying on hook and stuff like that, I guess 3 games might be if it runs rough, and realistically it should be around somewhere around 1.5 to 2, probably closer to 2, and I think I did it in 1. Okay, so monstrous mayhem. Hook a survivor in the basement while another survivor is hooked on a basement hook. No, hook another in the basement while another survivor. Using the perk Monster Shine. Monstrous mayhem. Monstrous mayhem. Hook. One survivor. Oh, let's just call it this one, and in the basement while another is hooked in the basement using monstrous shrine. Monstrous. Monster Rose Shrine, I guess I that. So that is a well, a thingamajig. Yes, 1 game. Realistically, I guess around 4 games. Well, maybe 8 games, because you have to have somebody hooked, and you have to be fast enough to down, and somebody to get them back to the basement while the other person is saving, and so on and so forth. So realistically, I guess around 3.5 games. And I think I needed 1 just because I was lucky and people just did stupid saves or something like that. But that one I also would count towards the hard category. So, got you. Interrupt, grab 3. Okay. Got in. Interrupt, grabbed 3 survivors, and it's not a mastery. Gives you 3. 1 game. Realistically, I guess. One problem here. 3. Okay. Realistically, where was the interrupt grab 1? 8, I guess so. So around 6. Nah, let's say 20 games. So realistically around 4, I guess. No, let's say 6. And I did it in 2, I think, because, getting help and stuff. So no one escapes. Sacrifice 2 survivors on the entity doing no, okay. No one escapes the end game. No one escapes the end game. So wait a second. Sacrifice 2 survivors during the end game. End game collapse using the perk. Using NoEd. Well, I will not write no one escape. Well, you know what? Why not? No one escapes death. Oh, death. Escapes death. Oh, death. Oh, death. Oh, death. Won't you spill me over another year? Sacrifice 2 survivors during the endgame collapse using the hex NoEd. Using the hex NoEd. No one escapes it. Whatever. Yes. 5. 1 game. If you are unlucky and would clap your hands. So that one's not actually as hard as basement and so on and so forth, just because you can theoretically try to time it well. You can use Remember Me and Blood Warden in combination, and then you can do it. I guess around 3 games would probably be a realistic one, and I think I did actually. I had a bit of luck and then 2 or something like that. I'm not quite sure. So, Hungry Jaws. Do I have it already? Hungry Jaws. Okay, 5 times, right? Catch survivors in the trap 5 times as the trapper. But Oh no, it is actually, always was. One game. Let's see, what do we do here? 5, I guess around 8. A bit harder, but not that much. Probably around 4, I guess then. And I did it in 1 because I used my trick, and this time the people actually did understand what I was communicating. Obsessive. Kill the obsession 4 times by any means. Obsessive. Kill the obsession 4 times. Was it 4 times? I'm not quite sure. Kill the obsession 4 times by any means. So that means more is possible. It's not an thingamajig on mastery 1, 3. It is possible, and I'm not quite sure when the Oni came out, but with the Oni, it's definitely possible with decisive strikes. So let's say area has a decisive strike, except maybe the person who was, well, whatever. Anyway, possible. Realistically speaking, it's probably around 10 games. And if you have an obsession and you focus on them and only them, and then you don't have the luck of a decisive strike or something, it's 4 in average. And I think I actually did it in 4. Well, I will assume it at least. Okay, unnerving encounter. That's one of those ones that looks hard on the nerving encounter. Like that? Unnerving. Okay. Let's correct this one. Unnerving and then encounter. Encounter, okay. Oh. Using the perk. Just don't like writing the perk because, using unnerving presence. Unnerving presence. Prevent any exit gates from being opened. Exit gates. Okay, whatever. Using unnerving presence, prevent any exit gates from being opened or powered. Well, that is more or less powered and opened are the same. But yeah, 5, 1, and I actually let's see. Wait a second. It's not as hard as if you take Moris with you and you kill pretty much everybody. Well, let's say you need a hook and kill more or less. Don't roast me that my worst case is not very consistent. Just So let me see. I guess 2.5 maybe. It is not that hard. It's in the wording. I think I need one. You see, you don't have to. It's not that the generators have to be done and then you have to prevent them. You can just mori and kill everybody and not close the hatch even, because it doesn't say prevent them from escaping. It just says no exit gates. You know? So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9. Okay, so we got those two. Iridescent age. Iridescent age. Like that? Iridescent age, yes. How many was it? 15. Get 15 emblems of oh, wait a second. Iridescent quality. I guess the gold will probably be written big up there then too. I assume. I don't know. I don't care. I'll just do it. Yeah, not that it normally would be, but you know, who else? Get 15 emblems of iridescent quality. Not a mastery. Can be done in 4 games, I guess. If you always get 4 and 4, yeah, 16, probably around, let's see, 15, yeah, let's say 20 games, I guess. 20 games is okay. Let's say 1.5, that would be 10 games. And I did it in 15 games. No, I did it in... I think I needed around 17 games because there was this bug. Then you only one counted. And so I had... If it would have been normal, I would have been around, I think, I had around 2.5 per on average, so I would have been 7 games or something like that. But I needed way more because of the bug. The bug. That's only one. So let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Is that accurate? It seems to be. Ten. And we are now in the last one. Yay! Almost done. Okay, so let's go with the survivors again. This time there are no others. And this time there's actually more killer than survivor. Way to go. Bring the light. Bring the light. Repair. Or is the previous bring the light? There we go. Lol. It's just so wrong. 10 gens, so they backtracked quite a bit. There are a lot of tomes that are actually harder or more time consuming in the second tome than in the third and in the fourth. Funny. Oh, whatever. 10 gens, whatever. You do 5, 7, yeah, 2 games, I guess. That will probably be around, I guess, let's see, what do we write down here? Where was it? 20, I guess 16, 15, 14, 14, 13. 13 gens, and on average, if you did 2.5, it's 5 games. And didn't we have a one that was the same way in, or was that here? Was it here? Decisive life property, yes, you know, liberator. Nope. Okay, whatever. Doesn't matter. I think I did around 5 games, maybe 4. I'm not sure. Okay, so get a great skills result 6 get a great result on 6 skill checks with okay, this is not happening. This is not happening. Or is the other this is not happening? The other one, the other one, the other one. One of us. Funny, if you look at it that way, you see that they actually reused some of the ones and just made them harder. 6 great skill checks with this is not happening. It is a mastery, yes, and it gives you 5, and that is 1 game, and that was where do we have it? 5, probably around 12 games, I guess, because, well, it just gets harder depending upon how you look at it. On average, you'd probably need around well, I guess 2 games maybe. It isn't really harder, and I did it in 1 because, you know, Detective's Hunch. But kind of forgot that I put that in parentheses. Huh. I'll leave it up there, right? I have to look at the Tome 2 again, I guess. A 1. Yeah. Okay. Whatever. Okay, this is not happening. Next one is the last place you look. Last place you look. Okay, so that one's also a rehash. Search 12 chests. Not a master. Not a mastery. 3. Let's see. I think you can. Well, still. Let's say you can get 6 chests in 1 game. I think 12 is impossible. So let's say 2 games. Because I know you have 5, and I wonder. I don't know if you can actually go over 5. I mean, there are offerings that give 2 chests, but let's say you can get 2 games. Not that it really will happen, but you know, realistically speaking, I guess 12 games is realistic. Let's go with 13 because we had 7. Not that it doubles, because I think in some games you'll just have 2 then actually. You know, the higher the chance, the more the more the light is hurting my eyes, that's why I'm closing them. The higher the number, the more chance there is for you to actually get a better average or something like that. Well, whatever. Let's say you do 2 per game. That's 6 around, I guess. And I did it in around, I think, 4 games or something like that. Nah, 5. Let's say 5. You don't want to, you know. So, Dark Sense. Finish repairing 4 generators using the perk Dark Sense. Dark Senses. Where is the other Dark Senses? Probably somewhere up here. Maybe somewhere up here. Dark. Using Dark Senses. Finish repairing 4 gens. Yes, 5, 1. Realistically speaking, this one is relatively hard. I guess it will take around 8 if you're unlucky. And for 3 games, 4 games, I don't know. 4 games is a good. I think I got done in 3. It's a bit more tricky because you actually have to, run around and repair gens, stuff like that. Just the last, have to be on the last ones, and it's iffy. It's just, you have to be able to get through the other gens fast enough. If you have a Survive with Friends group, it's not that big of a deal. You can, they can just 99 it or something, and you come along and do the last thing. I think I need 3 ones, solo. So, heal a total of 5 health stats of any survivor, life giver. Where's the other life givers? Where are the other life givers? Life givers. My eyes are starting to hurt. Can I just copy that and paste it and it's okay? Oh, 5. Lol. Just so funny. 5, not a mastery. 3, that is 1. And I think around 8, I guess. Well, let's say 5 because, others and yourself. So, and the average will be 2.5, and I did it in 2, maybe? And then drop a pallet stun on rock color 4 times. What was it? Right back. And that one too, I think. I think also somewhere in the first one, maybe? Or was it? Oh, there it is. Yeah. 4 times, and it's yes it is, and 5 and 1 and I guess a 2. I guess a 6. And 2, yeah. 2, and I did in 1 as far as I remember. And Claudette's determination. Okay, well, we can pretty much copy this one, paste it, because it's the same one, more or less. Oh, whatever. So, hit a survivor with your weapon 25 times. Bloody good. Bloody good. Hit survivors with your weapon 25 times. Not a mastery. Gives you 3 points as 1 game. Realistically speaking, you would probably need around 2 hits per survivor. If you get around 2.5 downs per match. If you get around, wait a second, 1, 2, 3 hooks, 6 hooks, 6, 7, 8 hooks around, I guess, and that's 2 hits per hook. That's 16. So 2 matches around with killer, and if you're unlucky, it's around, I guess, maybe 4. Nah, let's say 6 per game. 5. That would make it 5 games. And I did in 2, I think. So, mechanical obsession. We had that one on, I think, the same already on the first. There we go. 4 times. Okay. And the only thing that I will change here is this, because it might be a bit tougher in that case. So, mechanical obsession got you. Let's see, where do we have the last got you? Two, and it's actually not a thingamajig, it's one of those, and 1, and I guess 4. That brings it down quite a bit. 4, 5, let's say 5. Oh, 4. Wasn't 1, right? Yeah. And 2. And I think I did that one in 1, actually. Not sure. Brutal Breaker. I think we had that one somewhere here. Yeah, we did. And it's 8. 8 or 8 pellets. It's a mastery, it's 5, it's 1. I think you can actually do that in 1 as well, but since we put that one, I think we'll do this with 2 just because, but normally it shouldn't take more than 1 match. So, Darkly Obsessed. I think that one is a new name. Darkly Obsessed. Okay. Okay. So, let's see. That's hook the obsession 10 times. Hook the obsession 10 times. Where was that? Oh, there it was. Yay. Yes, you. Okay, so let's see. Not one of those. It's 3 then. Hook the obsession 10 times. It's 2 per match, I guess. 4, 6, 5. 5, 7. And this is around 4 times, I guess. 4 games, sorry. Agitated Advantage. I think we had something like that here. Yes, we did here. And this one was actually a bit farther. I'll put it as a yes, more or less. Oh, it's actually the same one. Okay. Then I was just influenced by the other one that is definitely itch. Oh no, I changed it. Agitated Advantage 2. And I changed it to 5. Okay. Then it was actually harder. Good. I guess you might actually need 6 games or something like that, and it's around 3 because people were really going up against the killers with the intent of just not being hooked in the basement because of the really kind of one. This one, 6 feet under, sacrifice 4 people in the basement in a single game. 6 feet under. Wasn't like that? Sacrifice for survivors in the basement. Yes. 5, 1. 15 maybe. Realistically speaking, around 5, 4. And I needed about 7, I think, because people just, once they found out that you were, I think I'll raise it to 5. Once they found out that you were trying to kill and sacrifice the basement, they went as far away from it as possible. I did too. Because I wanted this one, and somebody wanted that one, and he wasn't happy. I was, a little bit gloatful, toxic. Sad to say, I must admit. Hungry Jaws. Oh, the last one. let's see. I'll just copy this and paste it here, and it's 6 times, I think. And we'll put it up to a 9, and put this one at a 4.5. And I needed 1 again because, you know, being friendly to people and letting them trap. And I got more than enough traps with that one. So let's see. How many survivors? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Is that 7? That is 7. And that is 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 15. 15. Very well worked. Or I'm happy with. So 10. And tick. I'll just remove this and add this here. So let's see. Okay, so now the calculations go on. First of all, we will look at we will sum up everything. Just out of curiosity. D2, okay. Wonderful, it seems to have worked. 105 games. 550 games. 245.5. And 210. And we also have 40. I'm not calculating that one extra. So we have 342 iridescent shards, if I calculated it correctly. If not, somebody can, of course, correct that. Which means how do I do this? I think I'll just copy this here and recalculate a bit of it. So and I will add this here. And then I will add rift fragments. What? Oh, I wrote it together. Let's just total and remaining XP needed. Let me put it that way. And we will actually move this here. Because here we will let's see. I calculate how many are left needed. Okay. So that's 700. And remaining rift fragments needed. And we'll just I don't know. Let's just widen it out, shall we? And okay, so 700 minus 342, I think it was. Wait a second. So 342, yes. Okay. So that is and that means that times 800 is and of course we will subtract net 2 XP is then this minus that, and so now we start. So we have 2, 4, 4, 4 experience points. That's remaining. Best case scenario. Let's take a look at that first. $600, and that would be games needed would be equals that divided by that. 407. Okay. So $407. Now let's see. That would mean that in the worst case scenario, you probably have everything done because you are way over 407. You're at 550, so you're 100 over. So worst case scenario would you wouldn't have to worry about doing the tome because you pretty much did more than enough to get the tome done. Best case scenario is 105. Okay. Best case games needed is 408 minus 105, I think it was. Yes. Worst case games needed is 0. What was it that I wrote? Opinion games needed is, let's take a look. 545, 546, 254, 255, let's say. Okay, 255, so 152. Okay. Games I needed under my original, assumption of games and what I remembered is theoretically, because I did an 18-hour stream event, I had more than enough games probably accumulated, and of course other things. Is 210 minus 210. Okay, so that would be 189. So now there is just one thing left to check. And that is net XP. Let's see, net XP was okay. Oh, right. That is if we take this here and add average XP per game, which is around 550, I think 550, let's say just 550 because that's how I remember it. 550, 560, whenever I paid attention at least. 440. That would be 340 games, 40 games more or less. Worst case is still less than that. So 445, 190 games. Yeah, 445. So yeah, those are the games probably needed, and that is, well, so the total games is 407. Let's say around, let's say 430, 420, something like that. Anyway, if you calculate 10 minutes per game, if everything goes somewhat well, you are at, just out of curiosity, time. Best, worst, realistically, how do you write it? That way. Okay. Well, theoretically, okay. Let's say just for calculation's sake, we'll take this one here, the 408 games, and we'll say 10 minutes. I don't think they'd actually take 10 minutes, and the wait times are, so that's a chunk. Then worst is, I guess, around 15 minutes. Times, what was it, 550? Yeah, 550 times 550. And realistic is, I guess, 15. 12 times 440, I guess. Let's just do that. So that equals how many hours? Equals divided by 60. 86 hours. That's an hour a day, more or less. Or almost twice that. 2 hours per day, or around a little bit more of an hour a day. That's how much time you actually needed. Now, as for the tomes per se, there are some things that I want to address. For example, sacrificing kill survivors and stuff like that. Sacrifice that, those kinds of things, they just make killers face camp. Because it's a good way to, the one of the biggest problems with the tomes per se is, okay, now let's wrap this up. So we have that done. So one of the biggest problems per se with the tome is that they make for a certain type of behavior. You don't play normally. I didn't play normally with any of the great skill checks. Well, not necessarily, but with any of the heal any survivors, because I most times use self-care because that's the easiest way to do it, if it's any, in my opinion. If I had to sacrifice somebody, as long as it wasn't the basement sacrifice, which was hands down the worst, maybe even second worst or worst tome. The Spine Chill one was the worst survivor for me. Monster Shrine was also a pretty tough nut to crack. But it just, they take away Dying Light, that you have to kill the obsession for it to work, and it's always active. And they add tomes that just do similar things, and it's weird. You have all this these ways that people then act in order to get their tomes. For example, the basement one, where people just at some point, in one game I realized, okay, the killer wants to hook and sacrifice in the basement. And even with agitation and iron grasp, if the basement isn't located well, you can pretty much just give up unless the survivors don't know what's going on, which is in higher ranks, I guess, not that likely. And or if the basement is placed well, it's really hard. As for the event itself, they added these blood offerings that make a Halloween hook, or had a Halloween hook and a Halloween generator, and completing them gave bonus blood points. Last year they had these pus-filled plants and these vial hooks. Hooking gave you a certain amount of vial liquid that was then, when you had a vial full, gave you a token for the event skin purchases, so you could get it for free. But you could get pretty much every skin for free. Just the requirements were later so high that pretty much only streamers would be able to play it out for free. As for this time, they were in the Rift. They were, let me show it here. Oh, wrong thing. Here. They were in the Rift. You had them here all the way on page 6. So you didn't have to do all of it, but you had to do quite a bit. And it was just not that, it was okay. Where we get to the meh part, but it wasn't that great. And the event last year was just so much more fun with the puzzle things and stuff. Of course, there was also this against each other kind of thing with survivors, where you had to race to the pus-filled plants, flowers. But it was definitely, last year was the best event they had, in my opinion. What I would have liked, now we come to my wishes, would be more events where, if there are events, some kind of celebratory events, not for all of them, but for some of them, maybe some where you can actually play together with the killer, or play together with the survivors as a killer, to achieve a goal. Because there's so much animosity, so much hate between killer mains, survivor mains, and even me, who is a killer main but plays as a higher rank survivor, because it's just so much easier in my opinion, and I play it to relax and stuff. But anyway, even me, when I play survivor, I have to regularly remind myself, well, of course, going after the survivor that is injured is easier and actually more intelligent than going after a survivor that you have to hit 2 times. Then I also try not to be toxic, like teabagging or gloating and stuff like that, because it's frustrating if there are these loops that you can't cut off, because either you don't have the skill, or it's just one of those loops that actually is almost infinite. And of course, experienced killers on top rank, like Mondo, or I guess Polyester, probably, I don't know how high rank he is, or anyway, Noob or Hybrid Panda, they know when, this is a loop that I can't just win, so they go somewhere else, and they look for a survivor who doesn't seem to be as well versed in looping. But yeah, it isn't that having this tome that sometimes in some cases actually increases the hate between each other, because face camping or because excessive flashlight blinding and stuff like that is not really that great, in my opinion. On the other hand, the trapper tomes, for example, I just tried to get survivors that understood I won't hook them, I won't kill them, I just want them to walk in my traps a couple of times, and it worked. Hey, happy times. So yeah, I would actually wish for some events where you can play together, just for the event. Time once said it, can't we just work together? When I see a killer carrying me past a normal hook towards an event hook to get the skin, I stop struggling, I let him hook me. So why not, So yeah, can't we just work together in some events, killer and survivors together, to just a little bit less hate and toxicity and more being friendly? Maybe make an extra button for the event, so that if people who just want to be toxic and stuff like that, they can play regularly, and those who want to do the event, something like that. I don't know. Anyway, yeah, as for the tome itself, or the rift itself, I'm not quite sure what they want to do in the next rift. I mean, I don't know when the next rift will come out, if it will come out in 10 days or in a couple of months. I'm not that updated in the news. If anybody knows, just write down in the comments. Yeah. So they have nice things here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. They have 15 things in the free track, which is not much, and it is definitely great. I don't want to harp on it or anything. I'm just curious what they want to put in there as an incentive. Well, they probably don't want to have an incentive to play the free track. But yeah, if you get the premium track, you get your Auric cells back. That's 75. That's 150. That's 225. 300, 350, 350, 450, 455, 600, 750, 800, 900, 1,000. So somewhere along, I probably missed a step. I don't remember if it was actually only 1,000 or 1,050, but you pretty much get your Auric cells that you invest back if you get the rift done, and it is possible. I don't know if the amount of games needed is that great, and I also am, as I said, not happy with some of the tomes. I feel like tomes that have very specific requirements, like as 6 feet under, like where was it? Chilling Escape. Also, Last Minute Hero. I think that one was 2 survivors unhook in the endgame collapse. Now it's 1. Those are all things that are really, well, others are just so easy. And I personally, unless it's these really nasty ones, I preferred the regular ones, the masteries to the non-masteries, because masteries you couldn't get done fast, while these, for example, there are some non-mastery or regular tomes that were just far too hard. So to sum it up, I would wish for more events like last year. They said they didn't have time for because of the rift, but I would have actually preferred to wait for the rift after Christmas, then something like that, and had a nice event. But I understand they want to try to get some money made, because maybe the people don't buy too much skins. I mean, the prices of skins, in my opinion, are far too high. You pay pretty much the same amount of money for a skin that you pay for an expansion, which maybe it makes sense financially because they introduced the expansions in a far too cheap way. Economically speaking, that can be, they said, okay, we'll put it out. A lot of people buy it. And now they found out, oh no, it's not as valid or valuable. It doesn't sustain us well enough. So skins, and let's change it to Auric cells and stuff like that. But anyway, the way it is right now, it is that a skin, for example, let's see, the cool skins cost 1,080 Auric cells, and Auric cells 1,000 are $10, more or less. Yeah, and then the expansion is 7. Okay, the Stranger Thing was 8 or maybe even 10. But that had 3 characters, and yeah, and they're licensed things. So you pay more or less the same amount for one skin that you pay for the whole game or whole expansion. And 2 skins equals cool skins at least equal the base game. Yeah, so those are my ideas or my 2 cents on the whole thing. Also, what I find kind of problematic, just because I have one weekend where I have my child, and when my child is there, I'm normally not that much on the PC because, well, when it wakes up, you have to stop everything, so streaming and stuff like that is not possible. And games like this, well, I don't care that much about rank. I just want to get rank one once with killer and survivors for, achievement purposes. But yeah, it would have been nice if they would do the event in a way that it would be more non-focused on let's say 1 week or something like that, because depending upon when it starts, I'm just effed because I don't have the weekend. Under the weekdays is hard anyway because of work and stuff, and that's a whole different kind of earns. Anyway, yeah. So that's also something I wouldn't know how they could implement it differently. So I'm not too salty there, but it's just something I want to throw out there. Anyway, if you want, when you're watching this is the end of the week. When you're watching this, I have 2 versions of this online, one detailed version and one where I more or less sum up everything. So you can skip me putting in all the achievements, the tomes and stuff, and then just skip to the total calculation thing. If you want to see the other one, the more or less long version, link in the description. If you want to see the short one, link in the description. Have a nice evening, night, good morning, wherever you are. Till next time. The doctor is out.